Hello everybody, and welcome to a new video that should have been released about 5 days ago. This is the Buzzy Bees update. This update just came out a few days ago, so I'm doing it late because school sucks and that's just that. So, first things first. The PlayStation 4 now has the Bedrock version of Minecraft. Unlike the Xbox One or Switch, there will not be a separate game for the PS4 edition and Bedrock edition. Your game will automatically update to the Bedrock edition instead. There is a button, however, that allows you to go back. You can also sign in with your Microsoft account for crossplay. So yay! Sony has finally decided to play ball. Because remember back in 2017 when they refused. So first up is beehives and bee nests don't actually look like this. We'll get to why they're doing that in a minute. Beehives can fill... what? Beehive is the first new block in the game. This is how you craft it. We'll get to how to get these in a moment. They can house bees, and they fill up with honey as the bees go in and out from them. The amount of honey in the hive increases as bees gather nectar and return from their hive. You can get honeycombs with shears or honey with bottles. When you do this or break the hive, bees will become hostile unless there is a campfire underneath the hive. As I tried doing here, but it clearly failed as the bees have honey in there. What? Okay. Bee nest spawns in flower forests, plains, and sunflower plain biomes. Has the same functions as beehives. So you can't craft these as far as I'm aware. It also requires silk touch to be dropped. So that's the thing. Here's what beehives and bee nests actually look like when there's no honey in them. Next is the honeycomb block. This is purely a decorative block. You just put 4 honeycomb in a block, in a 2x2 thing, grid like that. So one of the already mentioned items is honey bottles. These are obtained by using a glass bottle on beehives and nests with a honey level of 5 or more. These can actually be drank and restores 6 hunger points, gives 2.4 saturation, and removes the poison effect. They can also be crafted into sugar and honey blocks, which yeah, we'll get to the honey blocks in a second. I forgot they're out there. So I almost forgot about this. Depending on how much honey that is in beehives and bee nests, it will depend on how much of a redstone strength that the comparators will give off. So that's cool. Next up is honeycombs. Obtained by using shears on beehives or nests with a honey level of 5 or more. So, let me demonstrate here. Shears. Glass bottle. So when I use shears on this, you see honeycomb will drop out. It doesn't matter if it's a beehive or a bee nest, it will work either way. Same for the glass bottle effect. Get honey. So that's that. And then you see the bee spawn egg. So the new mob that you've clearly seen already are bees. They live in groups near hives or nests. They can hide inside hives with a max of 3 bees per hive. When attacked or when their nest, the hive, is destroyed, they will attack you. Clearly. So you will be attacked. When they attack you, you will get poisoned for a few seconds and the bee will shortly after die. So, literally, whether you attack them or you invade their privacy, I guess there was no one in there. Ah! Yep, he's mad. Oh god, they're all mad. Oh god! Die! Oh, and they're only mad for a few seconds too. Or maybe it's because of this campfire. Don't kill yourself. But as you can also see, they're slowly dying off because... What? Hey! Really? What's your problem? You're already neutral. What happened here? That's actually another feature though, is placing a campfire under their nests will calm them down. So that's a thing. Yeah, I literally forgot about that. And as you saw, their eyes did turn red when they were angry. Let's go back to creative for a second here. They can be bred with flowers, including wither roses. Literally. He literally just hit that flower and died. I feel sad now. Oh my gosh. What kind of an evil human am I? So yeah. So bees will follow you when holding a flower. They will hover around flowers and will enter a pollinated state. When this happens, pale white particles will come off of them, and their texture will change to include dots. Bees will try to pollinate wither roses, but will be withered. A popping sound can be heard when they pollinate flowers. They will return to their nest or hive after entering the pollinated state. A pollinated bee can accelerate the growth of crops and sweetberry bushes. Bees will try to avoid water, and after enough bees enter a nest or hive in the pollinated state, they will be filled with honey. Yeah. So, that's enough with bees, really, for the most part. There's still some features about them, but it's whatever. So, some other features. They added a Yiddish language, I think that's how you say it. 3 new splash text things on the main menu. These are, in case it isn't obvious, foxes aren't players. Second one is Buzzy Bees. And the third one is Minecraft Java Edition presents Disgusting Bugs. Stupid critters flying around. So yeah, that's that for the most part here. Pretty sure anyway, so let's go out here to the rest of the stuff. And they also pollinate flowers. I don't know if that was mentioned. I didn't even think of that. So next up are honey blocks. This is how you craft them. You 4 honey bottles, just like that. Mobs will try to avoid walking on honey blocks. Bees will eat from honey blocks if placed by hives or nests. Honey blocks will act just like slime blocks when used in piston contraptions. As you see here, there is a honey block right there. But honey won't move slime and slime won't move honey. So as you will see, or as you can see, the honey will move the honey, the slime will move the slime, but the slime won't move the honey, and the honey won't move the slime. So, Yeah, I literally just made a poem there. Wow, that was great. Also, mobs and stuff will be moved around with honey blocks. They're that sticky. Sticky, icky. So, yeah, you weren't supposed to fall off. As you can see, the creeper gets moved about, so does the player. So, that's that. Honey blocks are stickier than slime blocks. Your jump height is reduced, you walk slowly and can't sprint when on them. I'm gonna get to this last one in a second. First I wanna go up here. You see, I walk slower on honey. I can barely sprint. My jumping is horribly reduced. UN entities will fall slowly down honey blocks, as you can see. And also, landing on honey will reduce your fall damage. So, as you're going to demonstrate here, normally I would take 1 heart from that fall. It's not even that big of a fall. I still took 1 heart. What gives? Okay, well, maybe that's just not a feature in the Bedrock edition yet. Some of these are in Bedrock, some of these are on Java. It's whatever. Yeah, so now we're going to get to the other changes. First, starting with this wall of signs. For advancements, added the bee nest destroyed, safely harvest honey, and slide down block advancement triggers. Added sticky situation for jumping onto honey blocks. Added bee hour guests for safely collecting honey from a beehive using campfires. Added total bee location for moving a bee nest with 3 bees inside with silk touch. Next up is command format. Slash data can now use storage as a source or target. Slash execute, they added a subcommand, which is slash execute if, oh my gosh, predictate. That was the biggest brain fart in my life right there. They also added execute store storage. Slash schedule added new optional syntax, which is slash schedule append or replace. Added new syntax slash schedule clear with an ID of something to remove existing schedules, and extended slash schedule to allow scheduling the same function multiple times. Slash spectate syntax is slash spectate the target or the player, or I think it's actually both. I don't know. Target is to choose an entity to spectate, and player is to choose who should spectate the target. And this was on the Minecraft wiki, click event, added copy to clipboard action. I don't even know what that is. That's not even a command. Game rules slash do insomnia. Whether this will dictate whether phantoms spawn at night or not. Slash do immediate respawn, or no, it's actually slash game rule do insomnia and do immediate respawn. So ignore the slash. So immediate respawn would dictate whether the players should respawn right after death and skip the death screen. And then there's drowning damage, fall damage, and fire damage. These commands will dictate whether the player will take damage from drowning, falling, or burning, or not, depending on which one you choose. So that's that. Also, I just realized you can hear me like tapping all my buttons on my keyboard. Sorry for that, but Now here's a load of changes. Some of these features have already existed in certain versions, like how this first change, bells now ring when powered with a redstone signal, was already present in the Bedrock edition from the 1.14 update, but was just added in Java to Java in 1.15. So yeah, this was in the last update for the Bedrock edition. Campfires can now be extinguished using shovels. Composters are now crafted with wood slabs instead of fences and planks for the Java edition. This was in the Bedrock initially. Dark prismarine is now crafted with black dye as opposed to ink sacs. Some dispenser changes are as follows. So dispensers can now dispense honeycomb when a beehive or nest filled with honey is in front of it, with shears in them. They can also obtain honey bottles when a beehive or nest filled with honey is in front of them with a glass bottle in it. So here's the shears, yeah, that's the shears, and this is the honey bottle. They will now collect water when water is in front of it with a glass bottle inside. Glass bottle, water bottle. They can now place armor stands. This currently does not work in the Bedrock edition. I didn't even test that on Java actually. They will light campfires when activated with a fire charge in it. Firework rockets fired from them will travel in the direction the dispenser was facing. This was in an update, I believe, back when I reviewed title updates on console a long time ago. So that feature has been in the game for ages now. So I guess it was just now became a thing in one of the other versions. Endstone, that's supposed to be two separate words, not one. Endstone bricks now have a hardness level of 3 and blast resistance of 45. Large ferns will now drop wheat seeds. Rails will now place facing the player rather than north and south. The north and south thing is still a thing on this version, so that might be Java exclusive. Increased scaffolding burn time in a furnace to smelt 2 items. Stripped wood can now be crafted with stripped logs, as you can see here. This was initially called bark. Wet sponges will now dry out when placed in the nether. Mobs. Ender Dragon removed a black dot on the transparent part of the wing texture, as well as removed texture for part of wing bottom, of the bottom of the wing in the exploding dragon. Iron Golem. Iron Golems now use the generic dot attack damage attribute. They now start cracking upon losing health. A cracking sound plays on every cracking stage. So, how did you take damage, sir? I actually did not damage this guy. What gives? That's weird, but okay. So he was supposed to look like this guy, nice and healthy, but okay. There are 4 stages, from uncracked to fully cracked before death. They can also be healed using iron ingots, and there's a sound effect that plays. And it takes 4 iron ingots max to fully heal an iron golem, as it was with this guy. So that's it for iron golems. Magma cubes, ocelots, and slimes. Just like the iron golems, they can now use the generic attack damage attribute. Parrots can now ride on the player's shoulder when riding an entity. They can no longer imitate Endermen, polar bears, wolves, and zombie pigmen. Villagers. Nitwit villagers no longer have a leveling gemstone in their belt. Zombie villagers. Zombie villagers that were converted from villagers can no longer despawn. Foxes can now spawn in all taiga biome variants. Now we're going to world generation changes. Birch trees can now spawn in root forest biomes. Sweetberry bushes can now spawn in giant taiga tree biomes, or giant tree taiga biomes. Okay? This should have been after mobs, so we'll get to this first actually. Non-mob entities. Dragon fireballs. The texture of these were changed to the fire charge texture after the texture update. XP orbs. They now render as translucent again. Gameplay changes. Controls. The Elytra can now glide immediately after jumping. Food. All foods are now edible in creative mode. Hardcore mode now prompts to return to main menu on death screen. Status effects. Added an effect sprite for instant damage and instant health, as well as saturation. Trading. Librarians will now trade one bookshelf for 9 emeralds instead of 3 bookshelves for 6 emeralds. Rip off. So that's that for all those, really. Now when it comes to bug fixes, there are way too many bug fixes for me to go through in this video. So if you want to see all 303 bug fixes, then please refer to the Minecraft wiki for a full list of bug fixes. I also couldn't find any new bugs, so that's a thing. Excluding these guys. Clearly these guys are bugs, right? Oops. And yeah, I should also show that these guys will attack you when you attack them. So yeah, now they're all mad again. And it seems like they'll actually hit you once and then they'll ignore you before they die. So yeah. Oh look, baby bee! Will the baby bee attack me? I wonder, will the baby bee attack me? Oh god, he's actually going for it! Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh, the baby bee attacked me, and they're all gonna die now. In fact, it seems like when they attack you, they lose their stinger, like in real life, so that's a thing. This is gonna be sad, watching this guy die. Anyways, that is it for Minecraft 1.15. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you all later. Bye!